The first atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima on August 6, 1945. During this short video, I'll provide defense for President Truman dropping the atomic bomb. The first defense for President Truman dropping the bomb was that it was necessary for shortening the war. Instead of having the USA drag out a war where it killed more people and having to use more resources, the USA had a quick and easy way to end the war. Yes, it would there'd be a lot of loss in life with using the atomic bomb, but they had it was an easier way, and it created the desired effect of maximum devastation in a lot less time than it would have had there been another D-Day or anything like that. So the bomb created an easy way out for the US of A instead of having to drag out the war for a long time. The second defense for President Truman dropping the atomic bomb was that Japan was given plenty of time to surrender. They were given the Potsdam Declaration on July 26, 1945 that said, "We call upon the government of Japan to proclaim now the unconditional surrender of all the Japanese armed forces. The alternative for Japan is prompt and utter destruction." Japan did not respond to this declaration. So on August 6th, the first bomb was dropped on Hiroshima, and then the second bomb was dropped on August 9th, 1945. The third defense for dropping the atomic bomb was that this bomb saved so many American lives. Without having to send troops to these places to take over where they would lose American troops and people would die and stuff, the atomic bomb saved American troops. So instead of having to go in with our own people, we just dropped the atomic bomb. Now, yes, it did. It killed a lot of people in the process, and there were some innocent lives that were lost, but it saved so many American lives that I think that it outweighed the number of innocent lives that were lost. And essentially it's helped save Japanese lives as well, because the Japanese forces were not fighting the American forces, so they didn't have to worry about losing their people as well. The fourth defense for President Truman dropping the atomic bomb was this is retaliation for the Japanese and against the Japanese and everything that they had done. Whenever they were going through cities and taking over, they were executing prisoners, they were torturing people, they were murdering civilians. Despite the promises from Japanese commanders, the American troops were treated inhumanely. They were marched for miles and miles and miles, and they were beaten. They weren't given any food or water, and they were tortured and buried alive in some cases. So this was retaliation against that, and it was also retaliation for Pearl Harbor and all that stuff that happened then. The fifth defense for President Truman is that this wasn't all on President Truman. There was a committee that was put in place to make this call to drop the bomb. So President Truman isn't the only one if you hold someone responsible for it, President Truman wasn't the only one to hold responsible, because this was made by a committee. The decision was made by a committee that they had the opportunity, and they went ahead and decided to drop it. So these are my defenses of President Truman dropping the atomic bomb. Like I said, the bomb was necessary for shortening the war. The Japanese, they were given a fair warning to surrender, and they chose not to. This bomb had saved American lives by not having to send troops into war. It was retaliation for the Japanese and how they were treating everybody and trying to take over everything. And the fifth was that it was created. The committee made the decision, so it's all spread. All that blame is spread evenly throughout that committee.